Book of the Dead, Magic and Theology, The Mysteries of Osiris. Arguably, no deity exerted an impact on Egyptian society in general comparable to Osiris. Impersonating the crucial aspects of two apparently diametrically opposed spheres, the exalted level of kingship and the most human fate, death, he would touch the life of any individual. Another deeply human experience, being part of a family, community and society and their networks of dependency, is reflected in the myths concerning the Osirian nuclear family, the parents, Geb and Nut, the siblings Osiris, Isis, Nephthys, and Seth, and the son of Isis and Osiris, Horus. While each of these deities also has its own separate provinces and forms part of different divine constellations as required by theological thought, it is as the Osirian circle that they are most consistently represented. As such, they have transcended pharaonic religion and the circumference of Egypt. It has been noted that Osiris is one of the few Egyptian divinities of whom it is possible to write even the outline of a biography. To a much higher degree than any other deity, Osiris was subject to the human condition: birth, marriage, death, progeny, love, betrayal, loyalty, even, as a king, a status and office recognizable in the here and now. These qualities determine the myth of Osiris, lending themselves to a narrative. Origins. According to Egyptian theology, Osiris and his siblings were the children of Nut, the sky goddess, and Geb, god of the earth. He was born to be king of Egypt. The origins and development of Osiris in historical and functional terms are less easy to determine and have long been a subject for debate. The latest research has overturned some long-held assumptions, for instance as to his place of origin, his original character, the availability of an Osirian afterlife to non-royal persons during the Old Kingdom, or the nature of the relationship between the deceased and Osiris. Chapters 2 and 9. Osiris is first attested in the 5th dynasty 2494–2345 BC, overwhelmingly in the area of the then capital Memphis at the apex of the Nile Delta. Here, close to the residence, the royal families and the court elite were buried. In the pyramids, Osiris is a major deity within the huge corpus of the pyramid texts. In private tombs, he rapidly achieves an eminent position in the offering formulae alongside Anubis, who had been sole deity before. As to the geographical origin of Osiris, it has been argued that while his earliest and closest association was with Abydos, he was not a local god in the strict sense. Much rather, his ties to Abydos were functional in nature. While regeneration and rejuvenation were core aspects of Osiris, he was not, as has long been assumed, a god of vegetation. His original function had been as a god of the royal funerary religion, and he became associated with Abydos as the site of the earliest royal burial ground. In fact, the position of local deity was already occupied by the jackal deity Kentimenti, a god of the royal necropolis. Only toward the beginning of the Middle Kingdom did Kentimenti finally give way to Osiris, becoming little more than the Abidine epithet of Osiris. Q. Book